Hi guys, welcome back. I wanted to do a little update because I feel like I'm gonna do these every few weeks just to vent, because like I said in the other video, I speak to my best friend and a few other friends, but I don't like bothering people with my issues. So I'm already like, I haven't cried in a while, maybe 2 weeks, and look at me right now. It's crazy because I don't let it out. So I think that's what it is. So this is, I guess, my outlet other than my friends. Like I said, I talk to them and I tell them things, but I try not to cry. Like, I hold it in as much as I can. It's crazy. I haven't cried in like 2 weeks and here I am crying. There's been so much change for all of us. Wow, I thought I was gonna be okay, but apparently I'm not. I don't even know if I mentioned it in my last video, but he did move out. He has his own little space. I think it's a studio, like it's tiny, and he really right now can't afford to have anything there. Like, I think he said he only has like an air mattress, and he doesn't even have like a fridge, nothing still, and it's been like a month. But he works in the food industry, I'll just say that. And so he gets to eat whatever he wants and take home whatever he wants, so he's fine with that. That's why he doesn't care to like buy anything else. But right now he can't afford anything because he's paying for that place and he's paying for my place. He's paying for everything. He's paying for cable, phones. He's the one that said, like, my kids won't, their lifestyle is not gonna change, everything is gonna be the same. And like, how the hell am I gonna pay for anything? I think that's what's burning me the most, that I still rely on him. But whatever, like, he's their dad too, and they live here, so he has to pay for stuff. But I just find it weird. Like, I never thought I'd be in this position. I don't know if I'm making sense right now, but oh my god, I can't believe I'm crying so much. So like I was been saying, a lot has happened. The very first thing that happened was I had to give my dog away. I had her for 10 years. Like, when we moved in together, we got her and she was like our baby for like 7 years. And it breaks my heart that I had to do that to her, but it's a lot. 2 kids, 2 dogs. It's a lot financially. I couldn't keep up with them with everything that's going on. But she's in a good home. She's at my mom's friend's house, so my mom gets to see her like every other day. She sends me pictures. She's doing good. They walk her a lot. I couldn't do that towards the end because it's just too much, like I was saying. And now my other dog, I'm seeing if I could rehome him too, because without her, he's just barking. Like, she was his mom, so they were always attached. Oh my god, I'm crying over this too. I mean, I had her for 10 years, so wherever she went, he was there. They would cuddle every single night. They were always together, and he would never bark. He only barked if she barked. So now that she's gone, every time that I walk out of the house, he's barking. Like, I'm sure it's like anxiety for him. He barks and barks and barks. And I can come back like an hour or 2 later and he's still barking. So my neighbors are already complaining. And if it keeps on, like, he can't be here because he needs someone that can give him attention a lot more than what we're giving him, because it's impossible if I'm leaving for him to be barking here so much. It's not fair to him. So we're seeing if we can rehome him as well. My son had kind of a hard time with Tootsie. That was my dog's name. Because they're both dachshunds and she was like a little Tootsie Roll, so I called her Tootsie. I remember the day that I was giving her away, I told him, like, I even took pictures of my 2 kids with her, like, to have that memory. And he was like, Mommy, I wish I could do something for her. 3 years old telling me this, and I was like, I know, honey, me too. I feel bad. But it's better. I explained to him that it's better for her. She'll have a better life. They'll give her so much more attention than we can give her right now. But that happened with the dogs. And then my son started virtual school, but that was a big mess. Like 3-year-olds doing virtual, that doesn't work out fine. So recently he started going to school, and the first 2 days it was half a day and he was fine. He loved it. He was obsessed. But now he's starting to cry, like going in. Like he'll look, today I dropped him off and he looked back at me and he was just in tears, and I felt so bad. That happened. My little baby has 2 bottom teeth now, and ever since his dad left, like, he hasn't been sleeping. He's been waking up every 2 to 3 hours at night. Like before, starting at 2 months, he was sleeping through the night. But the second that the dad left, it was like, okay, mom, you're here with me. Time to wake up every 2 to 3 hours. So I'm up every 2 to 3 hours with him. But it's okay. He won't do that forever. So I just cater to his needs. I know that people say sleep train him at 6 months, but I feel like if I can cuddle him and do whatever I can to help him out now that he's little, I'll do it. I'm in no rush to sleep train him. So much has happened. I have lost so much weight. Like, people keep telling me that I need to eat, and I'm just never hungry. Like it's been, let's see, what day is it today? It's been exactly a month today since he left and the whole breakup thing. The first 2 weeks I was not eating, not one bite. I wasn't drinking water, nothing. Like, I don't know how I was still standing. And now I'm eating a little bit here and there, but it's still not enough. But I'm just not hungry, and I guess this is the first time that I've dealt with this, like being this stressed out and sad that I've lost this much weight. Like, I don't think I've ever been this thin. Always been like on the, not heavy, but I've never been thin, like super thin, never. One of my close friends was also able to help me out with a job. So I have a part-time job. So in the mornings I take my son, he goes in at 8:40 to school. I'm here most of the day with my baby, Blake, and by the time that I have to go in, I go in from 2 to 6. So it's only 4 hours, which is great. I feel like I don't need that much right now since he's helping me anyways, and I want to be there for my kids as well. So I go in at 2, and Noah comes out at 2:30. So my ex's mom and dad, they come over and they take care of the baby until 2:30, and they go pick him up and they come back here, and then my mom comes. It's so much going on, guys. Like, it's a lot. I'm really stressed out. I feel like I'm just bothering so many people, because before it was just us and I didn't have to like tell people to take care of my kids and come in and out. But I know it's what needs to be done. I really don't know like why I'm crying so much, but okay. So like I was saying, they come here at 2:30 with Noah and the baby. They stay here, and then my mom gets here around 4 and they leave, and I get here at 6, and then my mom leaves. So everyone's pitching in, everyone's helping. My friend that helped me with the job as well, she just got married like 4 days ago, and me and my ex were gonna go to a wedding together. Like, this was planned since July. The wedding that I spoke about in my other video, when I started noticing that he was acting weird. They were meant to be married July 19th, but because of COVID, the reception, like, they weren't allowing weddings and all that, so they moved it to October. But they chose to do a wedding in their backyard on their actual wedding day, and then do the reception in the church on the new date. So that was a few days ago, and it was so much fun. I've been hanging out with them a little more. Like, they have parties and I've been going, and it feels so good when I'm out. And when I'm home, I'm so sad. I am. Like, a few days ago, my son was like, Mommy is not crying on the couch anymore, right? And I was like, no, honey. Like, I didn't even realize that he was watching me, because when I was at my worst, I would turn on the TV and like have him watch something, and I would go to the other room and break down. Like, I was trying my best to not have him see me like that, but it wasn't working because he noticed. So that's one thing that I've been doing a lot. I've been trying to keep myself occupied and go out. So what we've been doing, we're talking. We talk every single day, which I'm trying not to do. I'm trying not to have contact, but it's impossible when you have kids and you're trying to not work things out, but just be cordial with each other for them. Because I feel like every time that I see him, I'm like, okay, like I can give this another try. Like, some people may think I'm crazy, but in my heart, I feel like I can give it another try. But then I see things and I'm like, what the hell am I even thinking? And it just sets me back. But I know it's gonna take some time. Like, we talk every single day. He FaceTimes them in the morning and at night. In the morning when he's eating breakfast, right before going to school, he talks to him. And then at nighttime as well, to say goodnight and I'll see you this day or that day. He's not a horrible father. He's a really good dad. And I said it before and I say it to people all the time. He's not a bad person. He's not. He just made a fucked up decision. Like, he could have ended things with me in a totally different way. And it's not that I would be okay with it either, because 12 years together is a lot. But the way that things went down, it's really fucked up. And he tells our mutual friends, like, I fucked up, but it is what it is. Like, I can't turn back time. Like, that's what they all tell me that he tells them. And it's true. Like, there's no turning back from that. He will FaceTime the kids a couple times a day, and when he gets paid, he sends me money for rent. He pays all the bills because he has all of that information. Like, everything is automatic, so he pays everything. He gives me money. He always tells me, I'm gonna give you money so that you have money in your pocket and you're not just walking around with nothing. He does that. To this morning, I asked him if he wanted to go pumpkin picking, because I feel like we can still do things. I don't want to say as a family, because he doesn't, it freaks him out. Like, he doesn't want to be near me. Like, I can tell. It hurts me because he's just, I know he doesn't want to be with me, but he pushes me away so much. And it's like, I feel like it's still like a shock to me that this is happening. Because I won't see him and I'll be fine. But then when we talk and I see him, he does these things. Like, I went to the wedding, like I said, a few days ago, and he stayed with the kids. I had to leave early. The wedding at the church was like at 3, and then the reception was later on at night, so I got home at 11ish. So he was with them all day, and I was like, look, you don't have a lot of stuff in your apartment or studio. Come here, you can be with the kids. They have everything they need here. They have their comfort, their beds, they have food, they have whatever they need. You don't have to do anything. Like, everything is here. You know where everything is. And I was like, I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it for them so that they can be comfortable. And I won't even be here. Like, so you don't have to worry about that. Because he cannot be in the same room with me for more than 5 minutes. It's like, I don't know, like, he's trying to run away. And I know he's told our mutual friend, like, he doesn't want to give me hope. And I get that. But at the same time, it breaks my heart every time he, like, runs away. It's the weirdest feeling, because I feel like he fucked up so bad, but I can't hate him as much as I want to. I can't just erase my feelings for him. So he was with the kids, and by the time I got here, he was coming out of the room, and he was like, they just fell asleep. Well, Noah fell asleep earlier and the baby fell asleep later. He was like, they just fell asleep. And he sat down on the couch for a second. It was like the smallest amount of time. And he had the basketball game on. He's a big NBA fan and baseball fan, but he was watching the finals that are going on right now. I just sat down, and the second that I sat down, he was like, okay, I'm leaving, bye. He got up and left. And I was like, thanks for watching the kids. But that's how it is. Like, he watches the kids once a week. That's one thing that's starting to bother me right now, because he was doing it twice a week. He has 2 days off. He was watching them for 2 days, and now he's starting to go back to just doing it once a week. And I'm gonna let him be for a little, and then I'm gonna ask him, like, hey, like, what's going on? Why aren't you with them twice a week? Like, don't you want to see them a little more? That happened. And then this morning I was like, do you want to go pumpkin picking? Because like I said, I feel like we can be cordial around each other. We don't have to be like on top of each other and stuff. It's not like he wants to be near me anyway. So, but it's something that we've always done with Noah, and I feel like we're just robbing everything away from them, from Blake. Like, with the pandemic going on, like, they're not gonna go trick-or-treating, and it's like one of Noah's favorite holidays. Not in Christmas, but we're not doing the trick-or-treating because it's too, I feel like the cases are going up in my area. And even the DMV, they're closing because there was someone that tested positive. So I have a feeling things are gonna go back up, unfortunately, in my area. But there's that. And then it was my best friend's baby shower as well, which is his best friend too, because we all grew up together. We have a group of friends that we all went to high school together, and we remained friends all these years. So it was her baby shower, and we've known her for like 15 years, and we've all been best friends for like 15 years. And he decided not to go. He was like, I don't want this to be about me. I don't want people asking me like, why did you do this? Why did you do this to Carmen? Like, he called her and her husband, and he was like, I'm sorry, like, I love you, but I want this to be your special day. I don't want people to be looking at me or questioning me, because it's not the place and time for that. And they understood, but I feel like it's kind of messed up. Like, this is her first baby. She's always been there for the both of us. Like, he couldn't even do that because he couldn't even be near the same space as me. Maybe it's just the way that I'm seeing things right now, but that's how I feel. So that same morning when he came to pick up the boys, because they didn't go, it was since he was gonna be off and he was gonna take care of them, then he just picked them up and took them with him. But I went out to the car, and on his rear view mirror, this was a couple weeks ago, this was like two and a half weeks ago, on his rear view mirror he had like this Hello Kitty band thing. It was like this big, and it's hanging right there, and a little bear. I used to call him Bear because he's like big and cuddly and stuff. So that was my little nickname for him sometimes. He was my little bear. And I found some stuff online that she's called him Osito, which is bear in Spanish. And then the Hello Kitty thing, I know it's for her. I know it's her putting that there and giving that to him, because one of the receipts of the things that I found when I was first finding things out was that he bought her like these Hello Kitty Pumas. Like, this woman is 40 years old and she wants pink Hello Kitty Pumas. But whatever. So yeah, his rear view mirror, he has this Hello Kitty thing and a bear, and it's her like basically claiming territory over him. Like, when I saw him, I felt like, okay, I'm okay with this. But then when I go over to his car and I'm putting the kids in there, I was like, no. I saw him and I just started laughing. I don't know why that was my reaction. I just started laughing, and I was like, nice bear and Hello Kitty on your car. And he just like looked at me like his eyes went big, and he didn't say anything. With their situation at their job, I don't know if this is true, if he's just trying to play me and my friend, because we have another friend. We have like 3 friends that we go to. But one of them, he speaks to the both of us. and he's always down for anything. Like, he's crazy. So my ex told him, I'm not even sure if I mentioned this in his video, in the last video, but she is married and she has 2 kids. One of them is almost our age. He's a few years younger. So I can't even believe that. So first, my ex was going over to this friend's house, and one night he's playing Xbox or something, and my ex is just sitting there, and he gets a phone call. He just throws the phone at him, and my friend is like, hello. And this woman, she only speaks Spanish, so this woman is like, hey, make sure you take care of him for me, make sure he eats, be very, like, please help him out, make sure he's not around women. Like, are you kidding me? You're telling my friend to, like, watch him be around other women after what you did? Okay, so that happened. And then a few days later, which was like 2 weeks after he left the house, he tells my friend, hey, can you do me a big favor? No, let me rewind. So that phone call happened, and then about a week later, my ex tells our friend that they were coming out of the bathroom at their job together, and where they work, it's like all glass, so anybody could just walk up and you can see everything inside. So they were coming out of the bathroom. He comes out first and she comes out behind him. So they're doing their crap inside their job too, which is disgusting, and I don't care. I feel like I hope they get caught, but it's not gonna happen because he's the freaking GM there. So my ex comes out of the bathroom and he sees this man just standing there staring. And my ex doesn't know who he is, so he just keeps going. And then she comes out and she sees him too. And the guy just stares at both of them and walks away. And she tells him that this man is an ex-cop and that's her husband. About a few days later, my ex calls our friend and he's like, hey, I need a big favor from you. I need you to act like a cop and call me, and I'll have her listen to the call, and I need you to say that her ex put a GPS tracker in my car and he knows all the places where I've been, and he gave him like all the addresses of like his job address, her home, his new place. Like, he wanted my friend to just verify that there's a GPS tracker and that it has all of their information, because he doesn't want to mess around with her anymore. Not because he wants to get back with me or try anything with me, but because apparently he just didn't want to mess with her anymore. So my friend, who, like I said, is down for anything, he does it for him. And she listens to the phone call because he told her that this was happening and she didn't believe him. She was like, you're not going to get rid of me that easily. I'm going to need proof. Is this woman for real? So I don't know what's going on, but it's insane. I feel like I can make a movie or write a book out of everything that's happening, because there's so much more information that I don't really want to put out there because it's just crazy. But this is one that I'm okay sharing. Yeah, she was like, you're not gonna get rid of me that easily. If this is true, I need proof. I need to see something, I need to hear something, and then I'll leave you alone. Which I doubt she did, even after this phone call. So my friend does a phone call and she's listening to the whole thing, and apparently my ex tells my friend that she fell for it and she just left him alone for the rest of the day. They didn't even speak. A few days before, he had picked up the boys and there was nothing in his car. So then fast forward a week after that phone call and that whole mess and thing that they did to make her believe that it was true about the GPS tracker, he has those things hanging in his car. So I don't know if he just made all of that up because he kind of knows that my friend is telling me things and he would tell me this, or what is going on, because either that happened and they just got back to messing around with each other. But that's what's going on, because a week after that phone call, he had little things hanging on his car. I feel like now he can speak to me a little more. Like, he talks to me more on FaceTime, and it'll be like normal stuff. Like, while he's talking to the kids, he'll be like, oh, I'm going to the bank right now, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, this is going on with my job. He also told me that he was applying for FedEx overnight, and I was like, so how are you gonna see the kids? He was gonna do it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and those are the days that I usually leave the kids with him, like either a Friday or a Saturdays during the weekend. He was like, I'm gonna do Friday, Saturday, Sunday overnight, and then go straight to work. And I don't even know if he plans on doing that or if it's true, because he told my friend that he was gonna start doing Uber. There was a time like 3 years ago when he did Uber, and it was pretty good, especially in our area. It's really congested, so there's always people looking for rides. So he made a good amount of money. Like, the lies never end with him. He's always lying to someone, and that's just like insane to me. He also asked our friend to like lend him money. He's been asking people to lend him money, and he pays back. He was always paid back, but I told my friend, like, don't lend him money, because I'm still keeping an eye on the accounts to make sure that he's not spending it all on her. And he's been good, like, everything, as soon as he gets paid, it basically goes to all bills, his bills and our bills here in the house. And I was able to get some assistance with food. So I told him, like, people tell me, like, why are you telling him these things? He should be giving you money for food. But I'm not an evil person. Like, I know he's gonna be struggling, and if he can help me with any other thing, which he has been without me even asking him, then even better. But I did get assistance with food, so he doesn't have to worry about that, because things are so expensive. Like, we would spend like $300 every few weeks on food, especially with formula and stuff. So I'm getting help with that, and he doesn't really have to deal with that. But like I said, he gives me money, he pays for everything. I have money, like, for the wedding, I was able to buy a dress, a brand new dress, shoes, jewelry. It's not like I'm freaking dying and stuff. And he gave me money for Noah's uniforms. Like, every time I ask him for something, he helps. That's at the point where we are right now. Like, we'll talk in FaceTime, like I said, and he'll be on normal, and then out of nowhere he'll be like, okay, I gotta go. And I told my friend, like, don't lend him money right now, because I checked the account a few days ago. He doesn't know, of course, that I can see the account still. Since he left, he's been so good. Like, pay everything that needs to be paid. But these few days, like, yes, he still paid for everything, but he's asking for money, and he spent $80 at a restaurant, and it's not gonna be him by himself. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if he just made up this whole story to my friend because he knows that he's telling me stuff, but he spent $80 at a restaurant, and you're not gonna do that by yourself. That means he's out with someone else, and he's not with the kids twice a week. So I'm guessing he's with her, or he can be working, who knows. But that's what's going on right now. This has been like the biggest change, and I think it's all because it's so drastic and out of nowhere it all happened. I'm still really sad, as you can tell, but I'm really hoping that things get better. They are better for me, because I'm not crying like every single night. Like I said, the last time I cried was like 2 weeks ago. So now that I broke down again, it was a little surprise to me. But obviously I'm not over things, and I know I'm not going to be over it for a while, because so many years being with someone, and now I just feel like, how on earth do people do it? Like, how do you start over with kids? I know I shouldn't even be thinking about dating, but I just feel so alone. Like, it's just me and the boys. And yeah, I have people that help me. I go out and see my friends, but still, it's not like having your partner there with you. And I've been trying to do like no contact. Like, I don't want to talk to him, but it's impossible with kids. Like, I have to talk to him. I have to tell him what's going on with school, how our little boys are doing. Like, there's no way that we can't not talk. I told him, like, let's go pumpkin picking this Saturday, and he was like, and I was like, why? You feel weird about it? And he was like, I think it's too soon. Like, I'm trying to keep things as normal as possible for the boys, but it's just a big change. And I'm waiting for him to be remorseful. I think I mentioned it in the last video that the day that he left, he did cry a little, which I've seen him cry maybe one other time in our entire relationship. I feel like he's just so happy that he's free. It could be that he's on this high right now, like, I'm out, I'm free, I don't have my kids with me, I can do whatever the hell I want, I can mess around. But it might be mean, but I'm waiting for him to like finally realize what he lost. He lost stability. He lost someone that cared so much for him, that was always there for him. He lost basically his kids because he's missing out so much on them. Blake, the little one, the 6-month-old, already has 2 teeth. He's already trying to stand up. He was standing up in his crib, like pulling up. He's basically crawling a lot. There's a lot going on that he's missing out on it. I feel like right now he doesn't care because all he cares about is himself and being free and selfish. But I'm waiting for the day where he realizes what the mistakes that he made, because right now he's just in his own world. I even reached out to, I don't know if a lot of you know Prank versus Prank or BF versus GF, but they were a really big YouTube channel a few years ago. I mean, they still have like millions, like I think 9 million followers, but they don't post as much anymore because it was this couple that would prank each other and they would vlog their lives, but they wound up breaking up a few years ago. So I still been following them, especially the girl Jen, and I reached out to her and she is the sweetest person ever. She gave me like beautiful words of encouragement and I appreciated that so much. And I see your comments as well and I appreciate them so much. Every time I read them I start crying because they're so sweet and it means a lot to me during this time to have people to encourage me. So thank you so much for that. But that's what's going on with me. I'll try to do another update in a few weeks and I hope things are so much better. But I'm not sure because the holidays are coming and I know that's gonna be rough. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I'm sorry about all the crying, but thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.